Well, this is incredible. I never thought I'd be saying that, ever.
A very warm welcome to you wherever you may be in the world. I not long ago did a video on Depeche Mode M meaning Depeche Mode Mexico, and you can watch that video here. There's a lot of anticipation for that documentary, which is filmed exclusively around their shows in Mexico, and that'll be out in autumn this year. But I just want to bring your attention to something which happened a couple of days ago, and this from the BBC News Essex, and this article by Zoe Applegate, and it's Depeche Mode fans call for hometown recognition. Now, their hometown, of course, being Basildon. Now, if you live in the UK, especially around London or the southeast, you will probably be aware of Basildon. Basildon's one of those towns, I mean, there are many towns like that in England, where it's like a town that no one knows about. However, Basildon really has become quite well known because of the likes of Depeche Mode, Erasure, Vince Clarke, The Cure, things like that. Once again, proving that where you're born has really got nothing to do with how successful you can be. The article goes on to say fans of one of the world's biggest selling bands have called for them to be officially recognized in their hometown. Depeche Mode started out as a four-piece in Basildon, Essex in 1980 after achieving global fame with their trademark electronic sound and brooding lyrics. Of course, the brooding lyrics really started mainly from the sort of a broken frame period once Vince Clarke had left. So we know the history. The band, originally called Composition of Sound, was formed by friends Andy Fletcher, Vince Clarke and Martin Gore before Dave Vaughn was later recruited. Of course, Dave was recruited because he was really cool. He was a very bad boy, very naughty boy, but he was very trendy and he used to dress really well, and they needed a frontman, and of course you guys know the history. They performed for the first time as a four-piece at Nicholas School, now James Hornsby School in Leyden, Basildon, which Gore and late Fletcher attended, with Clarke a former pupil at High Road School. The band, however, mostly live in the United States now and have been critical of their hometown in interviews. Gore was quoted as saying, "I really hated Basildon. I wanted to get out as quickly as I could. I hear it's a pretty horrible place these days," while Vaughn was quoted as saying, "All I can remember about Basildon is that it was awful." I guess it's grey sky over a black town. Yeah, so not holding back. Yeah, I mean, I've been to Basildon once. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah. In a world where people can be so politically correct, it's quite nice to sort of see that honesty. I don't know how long ago they said this, but I've seen it in interviews as well. It was kind of like, grey sky over a black town. Couldn't wait to get away there. I guess, as Gary Barlow would say, never forget where you're coming from. Of course, both Dave and Martin now living in America. They've come a long way, and they've come a long way. And it is worth mentioning that Deb Danahay, hello Deb if you're watching, does a sort of Depeche Mode tour from Basildon where she takes you around to, places of significance. And obviously she was in school. She dated Vince Clarke back in the day. And so, I've never been on that tour. It's probably something I'll do when I'm back in the UK sometime. But do check that out. It's apparently very, very good, according to the people that I've heard that have been on it. So do check it out. So well deserved. I don't think anyone can disagree with that. I guess you could say, well, it's about time. Depeche Mode, of course, getting a lot of recognition sort of later on. I know a lot of you fans have sort of moaned, often said, oh, this band is so underrated. And no, I disagree. I'm a big fan, but they are not underrated. They're one of the biggest bands in the world at the moment, regardless of genres. So I do think they have received a lot of recognition. I think, was it back in 1999 where Martin Gore received that award for excellence in songwriting? I think we can agree maybe a lot of the credit has been a long time coming, but through consistency and Depeche Mode being going for years and years, they're still standing and they are sort of racking up all the awards. So this Basildon recognition thing, to be fair, I would have expected that to have happened a long time ago, so maybe it will. But, more notably than that, they were recognized in California. I think, what is it, guys? Is it California Day? Or Depeche Mode Day is 13th of December in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles have now claimed the 13th of December as Depeche Mode Day, as far as I am aware. And, of course, that is because of the great contribution they've made, to America. And indeed, I live in Eastern Europe now, and this band are just massive everywhere you go. They've just transcended boundaries, and it's incredible, really. Depeche Mode were, of course, also inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, was that 2021? And yeah, rightfully so. So, I think a lot of you will say this is all a long time coming, but, they're getting the recognition, and as I said, certainly one of the biggest bands in the world, without a doubt. A very short video today, guys, but I want you to participate. Leave your comments in the description below. Let me know what you think about this. Have you been to Basildon? What do you think of Basildon? Do you live in Los Angeles? Let me know. Were you at the ceremony where they got recognized as, the great contribution they made to America? Were you at that ceremony? Anything you want to say? It's worth me telling you that I also have a separate YouTube channel. That's right, a separate YouTube channel, which is called the DM Hub, and that is a channel devoted exclusively to Depeche Mode. You can find the link in the description below. On this channel, we talk about other things as well, but on the Depeche Mode Hub, it is exclusively devoted to Depeche Mode. And that's it for now. Please subscribe if you haven't. I look forward to seeing you again on the next video, live stream or live concert or wherever. Take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Adios.